What's that sound? It's For Amusement Only, the EM and Bingo Pinball Podcast.
Welcome back to For Amusement Only. This is Nick Baldridge. In my last episode, I talked about score reel operation and how the parts in the score reel work together in order to present you, the player, with the score. Today I wanted to take a moment and talk about how score reels function mechanically. So I've mentioned in my last episode that there's a coil which is pulled in by a relay, and it causes the reel to actually spin because it's a continuous stepper. But what I didn't tell you is how the machine knows that it's going from position to position. I did gloss over the end of stroke switch, which helps the machine to understand that it's moved to another position, or at least attempted to. But what I didn't tell you is that, as with many items mechanical, there is a cam and a rider on that cam. When we get to score motors, I'll be revisiting that idea, but for now, know that most score reels are constructed in the following way. You have, and I'm holding up my hands like you can see this, but you'll have to trust me here. Most score reels have a drum, which is the reel itself. This is the plastic or metal piece which has the screened-on numbers for that particular game. When you remove that, you'll see underneath that, and this varies a little by manufacturer, and I'll go into some of those in another episode and some of the differences here, but basically there is going to be a nylon piece which, when you pull that off, will show you on the underside that it was the cam. And there's a separate nylon piece which is the rider. Now that rider is the nylon piece which actuates the switches which are attached to the score reel. So if you look at the cam, it's not perfectly circular. There are a few ridges and bumps, and those are the things that tell the machine that it's in position 9 or position 0 or in any other state. Really, the machine doesn't care if it's showing you, the player, score 1 or score 8. It only really cares if it's 9, 0, or something else. So, for position 9, it will actuate the carryover switch so that the next hit on that score reel will power the next reel up. Position 0 tells the machine that it is finished resetting. This is important when you first fire up the machine. All the reels have to zero out so that it can begin the game. Now, beyond the simple nylon cam and a nylon rider and the switches themselves, there are several springs involved. These springs will not only snap the reel into position, but they will also move the arms, which are actuating by this coil, back into place. Then there's the coil itself, along with usually a separator plate and a small arm which pulls as part of the coil pulse. So this arm is performing the ratcheting that happens with every score reel turn, and as it is actually a part of this metal piece that goes into the solenoid, it's pretty easy for this thing to function. There's not a whole lot to it. That said, score reels are often neglected, despite being one of the parts of the game that fires off more than almost any other. It's important to keep them clean, keep them functioning, and keep your game running, most importantly. Well, that's all for tonight. Thank you again for joining me. My name again is Nick Baldridge. You can reach me at foramusementonlypodcast@gmail.com, and you can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, via RSS, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on our website, which is foramusementonly.libsyn.com. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll talk to you next time.